last season I went to Ontario, and unfortunately we had that incident where the trailer unhitched and something happened with the wires. Unfortunately we couldn't get it going again. So you can see the wires are right here. So we ended up jerry-rigging a system in the car. I'll show you that. So we now have 3 plugs here. One for the left tail light, one for the right tail light, and the middle one is for my running lights. And that's hooked up to a bus bar, which is then hooked up to my battery down there. And that was really only half the issue. The other issue was that my entire wiring harness needed to be redone. So I had to really dig inside the nooks and crannies of this trailer to figure things out. And when it came down to it, the grounds weren't hooked up, and I don't know whether that was an initial problem or not. But as you can see, they're hooked up. I had to run it underneath. Then I had to hook a separate ground up to here. And then from there, obviously, it goes through there and up to the battery again. So I'm just doing my check over and just making sure that everything is in place before I head out onto the road. So I'll have 2 days of traveling, and I will pick this up either on the way or at the property. So just an update, I left at about 6:30 in the morning and I arrived the equivalent of 8:30, so 12 hours. And no, I guess that would be more than that, but there was some shift in time as far as travel, as far as changing time zones, but I've arrived, I'm safe. It was definitely an adventure, and now it's time to pack it in for the night and continue the next journey from here to the property. It's been kind of a long day, but I just wanted to recap on how this morning has gone. I showed up last night, and unfortunately I got stuck and Lionel got stuck, and fortunately somebody was able to come by and pull both myself and the trailer out. And I've spent the entire day pondering about how I was going to get the trailer into the site, and what I came up with was basically just taking that and just digging it all out and just packing it to make myself a kind of a makeshift road to get in there. And a lot of the stuff was lent to me by some people up the street, and they were gracious enough to lend me that stuff. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be continuing on right there, so that a vehicle can drive in here, pull up, and then back up to the hitch, and hopefully they'll be able to pull it in. I have possibly a truck coming tomorrow, and I hope that works, and then hopefully Saturday or Friday and Saturday will be better. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Good morning, guys. It is Friday morning, and as you can see, Lionel is nowhere to be found. That's actually not true. We managed to back Lionel up and take him around to the other side of the property, where we managed to get Lionel onto the property. I'll show you that. But right now, it's still super muddy, and there's no way that we would have been able to get Lionel through that. But we were determined that to come hell or high water, we were going to get Lionel into the property, and we did. So the neighbor was able to come over and hook it up to his truck, and he basically came down this road. This is the cemetery that's next to our property, and what we ended up doing was pulling it straight through here, cleared out a little bit of brush and debris, and we were able to pull it right down onto the property. So that saved me from all that work at the front of the property. So came down here and set it up, and this will be where it will live for the foreseeable future. Now, what I've been doing for the majority of the morning is grabbing straight logs like these ones and laying them out where our driveway will go. Now, our driveway is going to be 12 feet wide, and it's going to be about 600 feet long, so it's definitely a distance. The interesting thing is that it actually goes straight through where we had parked Lionel, and it goes around the other side. So the plan is that we will end up having a structure here, just off to the side here, which is why it is bending in. So as it bends in, the idea is that it's going to kind of hug the tree line. The driveway is going to hug the tree line on the right hand side, maintaining that 12 feet in diameter, or in width, going all the way down. And then eventually it'll kind of curve. I think we're probably going to end up curving it left again, so that we can avoid the puddle, or we'll fill it in. I'm still trying to figure out what the best option for that is going to be. So I'm not sure what this was. I'm not sure whether a long time ago a previous owner had intended on this being something, but this is cool, and I may be able to use it for a solar shed or some outer shed, and that obviously would save me a ton of money with foundations. And if we're doing this dirt cheap, that's definitely a big help. Sorry about the wind, you guys. I just wanted to give a final tour on what I've been doing for the last week, or at least since I was able to actually get into the property. So this is all of the marshy area that will eventually have a gravel driveway on it. It's gonna go straight up to there. It's very muddy. Once we get past this point, the ground does get a little bit harder, or more firm. So the idea is that the driveway is going to be 12 feet wide, So this is a marker for where we will eventually be putting another structure, but that's after we subdivide. So the idea is that we'd be taking that marshy area, which is its own plot, and amalgamating it with this larger 4-acre plot. And then after that, subdividing it to be able to put a second dwelling on this property. So this is the edge of where that would be, and it goes right over to there. It's about 30 feet wide, and that marks where the driveway will be. So if we keep on going, we eventually get to this point, almost between these two trees here, and that actually marks the first acre. So from here to the road is 1 acre. So I'm gonna keep going. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do a lot of filming with what I've been doing because I don't have a stand or a way to hold the phone while I'm working. So that's why these videos are a little bit off and a little bit wonky. So the trees that I have stretched along here are basically marking where that road is going to be going. So the road comes in like this, and I've actually curved it out a little bit from here because I don't want there to be a line of sight from the back of the property all the way up to the front. So over on this side here, all the way coming like this will all be filled in with trees and such, I think. I might have a different plan, but for now, that's the idea. When we get to here, I've kind of staked out very primitively where kind of a platform or the elevation change is going to be happening. And from there, it kind of goes straight through there, and then there's going to be a walkway in between those two vertical branches going over to this side, and you can see the road still follows the side there. So there'll be an elevated platform of about 3 feet elevation coming from here over to here. And this is where another platform is going to be, and you can see the stakes kind of marked up there. And then from here you would turn and come over to where we will eventually have an 8x20 shed. So you would have to step down into the shed. So there'd be a door here, and you'd just be stepping down. When you're stepping down into here, there's another door that would be approximately there, and another door that's going to be here. So I decided to stagger the doors, and I'm not sure I have a real reason for that, but I did decide to stagger the doors. And so when you come over here, you're coming in, and you'll actually be on level ground, not at an elevation. And anything inside here, straight up to where the tree line is, and over along the side there and back, will all be at a lower elevation. So when we walk out here, we'll, I guess, pretend to walk through that door and out the other door. We'll be coming out into what will essentially be the backyard. So as we walk across, The backyard is going to be approximately the same size as the garden, which is 100 by 100. And that will give us lots of room to do whatever we need to do back there. So coming across, you get up to about here, and this is that distance from that. You can't really see it, but there's a little branch there, right there. And so from there, approximately back to where the trailer is the entire backyard. And this is all filling in with grass, and I'm absolutely loving it. And yeah, I didn't do this. It just grew on its own after they cleared. So hopefully by the time I get back here, it'll be even more grown in with the grass. So that being said, right in front of me would be the main house, and everything just kind of stretches along the side there and goes in between those two posts, or those two trees, stumps, whatever you want to call them. But it actually stretches back to the tree line and over to this tree line and back over. So each plot is a 100 by 100 plot. So if we come over here, the driveway actually extends out, and the drive will actually only be coming out to about halfway. So it'll be coming up to about here, and this is where it's going to stop, because right here we'll have our garage, and that will lead further in, and you'll be able to get in that way. The other way that you'll be able to get in, and it's more of the scenic route, is you'll have to walk around, and then again over on this side there'll be another raised platform that will lead you straight across, and probably sneak into the woods through. And would come out somewhere around here, and would go straight in through the center. And these are all the things that we're hoping to do on the project. It's a lot of buildings and it's a lot of projects, and I hope that you guys can like and subscribe and come along for this journey. And I mean, it's going to be years and years in the making, but there's a lot to do, and I think it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's going to be a blast. Thanks again, guys. If you've made it this far in the video, I'd super appreciate it. Like I mentioned before, if you like these videos and you like the content, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps out a lot. Doesn't cost a thing. All right, that's going to do it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.